Hello, Longhorn families. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of division and what we learned in class with the two strategies that consist of equal groups and skip counting. So I'm going to show you two ways we can divide and talk about some important vocabulary that's going to help us later on in the long run. So I'm going to give you a division problem here, and we're going to start out with 32 divided by 8. Okay? Now, when we have a division problem like this, I want to make sure I remember my important vocabulary that I learned. Here is my total, okay? Here's my official total. Now, when we have 32, we need to remember that this is our dividend, all right? So I'm going to just write that down here, that this is our dividend. All right, our dividend is what we're going to be passing amongst each person, if you were to think about this as groups, or passing among each group, all right? Here is the number 8. This is called our divisor. So our divisor, one way I remember that this is my divisor is because it's the smallest number and it's the number of groups, okay? So this is how many groups that we are going to be drawing. We're going to be looking for our quotient. So whatever number we get here, if we multiply it times this number, it's officially and ultimately going to equal this number here. So now we're trying to figure out how many times can 32 go into 8. So we're going to draw our 8 groups here and we're going to figure this out. So I'm going to draw 8 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I have my 8 groups here. Now I'm going to divide, I'm going to split 32 amongst those groups that I have. All right, so I'm going to give one group one of the number until I hit 32, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. All right, so we have gave all of our groups 32 and we split them up equally. All right, so now I'm going to just ask myself, how many little circles do I have inside each group? As you can see, I have 4 little circles inside of each. So in this case, 32 divided by 8 equals 4. All right, now if we come over here, I'm going to take a look at this second strategy, and this is called skip counting. So here, this method that we just did was called equal groups. All right, and now I'm going to do the skip counting method. All right, so let's go ahead and skip count. So we're going to skip count by our divisor, okay? And we're going to stop when we get to this number of 32. All right, so we're going to skip count by 8s. And the way I like to do this, I like to set up a little table here. All right, so let's say 8 times 1, okay? 8 times 1 is 8. All right, let me move you over just a little bit so you can see. What's 2 times 8? 16. What's 3 times 8? 24. What is 4 times 8? 32. So here, as you can see, we have skip counted, and 4 is the number we stop at when we get to 32. So in this case, 32 divided by 8 is 4. Now there are several different ways you can check your division here, just like we did when we were subtracting, okay? If we write down our answer with our quotient, 32 divided by 8 is equal to 4, how can we write this in commutative property? Very good. You can say that 32 divided by 4 equals 8, which means I can actually draw 4 groups and put 8 inside and still get the same answer. All right, what's another way? How could I relate this to multiplication, which was our essential question for today? The way I can relate this to multiplication is by multiplying the divisor and the quotient together to get our dividend. So in this case, I would do 8 times 4. That equals 32. All right, another way that I could do this is, what's the commutative property for 8 times 4? 4 times 8. 4 times 8 equals 32. So here are just the ways that I've checked my division. Right here goes to show that multiplication and division in fact do relate. So if you take a look at this, if you really have a question on a test that's asking you to divide and you don't quite know what to do just yet, let's say you get something that looks like this, okay? Let's say you get something that looks like this and they gave you a blank. So blank divided by 8 equals 4, okay? Let's say you get a question similar to this. The first thing you should automatically ask yourself is, how can I relate multiplication to division? We just did that. All you need to do is turn this equal sign into a multiplication sign and you can have your answer. So instead of saying 8 blank divided by 8 equals 4, you can simply just say, well, 8 times 4 will get you the answer here. And what is 8 times 4? 32. So we know that 32 would go in this blank here. All right? So I hope you understand the concept of division. We're going to do a little bit more practice on this to ensure that you have a complete understanding of the concept of division. Thank you for watching.